Hello, hello. What up, what up, what up? Hey, y'all. What's up? All right, y'all. We finna go live with the Funnel Doctor. Talking about all things ads, all things funnels, all things getting money. Okay. All right. Let me bring him in the room. Hey, y'all. What's today? Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, y'all. I feel like I be so. I, I feel like I be so lost when it comes to the days. All right, y'all. There. All right, guys. I'm excited. This is about to be a vibe.
All
What
right,
up?
there we go. What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Instagram not trying to let me be great all the time, but
You
it's all
know, they
good. We
can't hold
here
us
now.
back. They can't hold us back.
What's going on? Definitely excited to have this conversation.
Yes, I'm excited. We about to get into it. So before we start talking, let the people know who you are so they can know a little bit more about what you do in your business.
Definitely. So, everybody, my name is Ryan McCrary, also known as the Funnel Doctor. I am an entrepreneur. We run a digital marketing agency. We specialize in funnels, of course, but also websites, landing pages, Facebook, Instagram ads, email marketing, and so forth. But we really just help entrepreneurs grow and scale online using our services, and also for people that have, great products and services and tired of being the best kept secret. We help get your product and service in front of more people. So, we do that by what they call paid traffic.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. All right, y'all. So we definitely gonna get into it because I know y'all got questions. So there's a question box at the bottom. Y'all drop some questions. We'll make sure we answer them. But for anybody that don't know, I am marketing by Monrae. I am a marketing specialist, business development coach. My goal is to help entrepreneurs be able to get their 6 and 7 figure dreams by using data and creativity. I do that by teaching our 8-step campaign method. I have helped my tribe in the last 2 years make over $13 million using my method. So I'm excited to be here as well. Thank you, Ryan, for asking me to come live with you to be able to share my gems as well. But we're about to talk about traffic, how important it is. We can talk about funnels, but make sure y'all put your questions in the question box and we'll definitely get to them. So, Ryan, you got anything you want to start with? They already asking questions. They like, what's the
They
format?
already it definitely jump in funnels, ads, email marketing, like all that type of stuff. And I get tons of questions literally all the time. People DM me or emails and stuff like that. Like, number one, like, what is a funnel? How does it work? Do I need one for my business? Should I only do organic content? Do I need ads? What type of offer? How much should I spend on Facebook ads? Like, all these questions. So wherever you want to start, like, I'm fine with. You already know this is like second nature to me. So it's
Right. Well, I guess let's start from the top because a lot of people don't know what a funnel is or they think that it's only for digital products. So I guess how do you create a funnel? What's a funnel and how do you apply it in different types of businesses?
Definitely. So a funnel, just to start, is basically your sales process. You may also hear people say like the customer journey or customer life cycle and stuff like that, but it's really just the process that you collect leads and turn those leads into customers. So when somebody say, well, do I need a funnel? Like, will a funnel work for me? Do you think my business needs a funnel? Well, only if you need leads and sales. You know what I'm saying? If you don't need leads, if you don't want customers, then you may not need a funnel. But
Right.
everybody that's in business knows that is the lifeblood of your business, is actually getting customers and having consistent, predictable revenue. So, on the high level, a funnel is basically a sales system. So you look at any companies in the world, from McDonald's to like whatever. If you go in there and buy a quarter pounder with cheese, they're going to ask you, do you want fries and a drink with that? Do you want to upgrade your order? Do you want to go to a meal and stuff like that? Yeah. They bring you through a strategic process. Mm-hmm. It's not just about buying a burger. It's like, okay, how do we upgrade you? How do we get you to the next thing? Right. That's the process. When I go and buy an airline ticket, it's like, all right, I'm gonna buy a ticket, and it's, all right, do you want to upgrade your seat? Do you want a rental car? Do you
Yep.
want trip insurance? Do you want a hotel? It's like they bring you through this sales process. So we need to do the same things in our businesses. Make sure you got upsells,
Yep.
downsells, cross sells, and other offers, not just your one main product or service.
Absolutely. And this is only for the people that's ready to get to the bag. If you ain't ready to get to the bag and make some money, then you can exit out of this conversation. Because this is how the corporate American companies are actually running their businesses. And you're seeing it every day. You in a funnel. You in a couple funnels, okay? Every day, all day, right? And you want to make sure that you are doing the same thing in your business. Don't just think about it as a small business. Like, oh, I just got a couple bracelets or a couple products. I don't need all of that. Yes, you do. If you got 5 customers, they might have spent $50, but you could have got them to spend $200 if you would have had a funnel. So I want you guys to really understand the importance of having a funnel.
Definitely. You gotta like increase the cart value or the average order value when someone comes in. It's like, how can we get them to spend more with us? And it's extremely important when you're running ads and paid traffic and spending money on advertising, because you got to factor in your customer acquisition costs. You know, especially
oh, you done hit them with some. Hold on. They weren't ready for that. Tell them what that is. Tell them what a customer acquisition cost is.
Basically, your cost to get a customer. And every time like I do presentations and speeches and stuff like that, and I always ask like, who knows what their customer acquisition cost is? Who knows how much it costs to get a customer? And majority of the people don't. They don't track it. They have no idea. And don't just think, oh, well, I'm not spending money on Facebook ads, so I have no cost to acquire a customer. Yes, you do. If you go out and you networking and you get a customer, your time is valuable. If your team is going out and doing things and you're getting customers, there's a cost associated with that. So there's always a cost associated with doing business and getting customers. But once you know that cost, like, all right, well, it costs me $10, $20, or $100 or whatever to get a customer. Now, when I get this customer, I need them to spend more with me. I need them to spend more often. I need to know the customer lifetime value and all that type of stuff.
Right. No, I think that's important. First of all, I hope y'all caught that gem. Okay. Y'all really have to understand how much does it take for you to get one customer. And this goes back to understanding and printing money on demand, as I teach you guys with the $1 Million Plan, right? Like, if you know that it's going to take you $20 to make $100, how many times would you spend that $20, right? Like, you would keep doing it over and over and over again, but you don't know. And so you really have to understand and factor out in all of those things, because one, you could be charging to not enough money because your customer acquisition cost is way more than what you're actually making on a product. So these are the things that you should really understand in business, not just with paid traffic or with funnels, but just in business in general.
Absolutely.
So let's see if we got any questions so far. Okay. Somebody said, do you think it's beneficial to detail target in terms of interest of cold traffic, or just focus on reach without detailing? So I'm assuming when you run the ads, should you start going into detail about who you're trying to reach, or should you just reach anybody?
No, that's always. Or not, you need to be crystal clear on who your avatar is. And I can say from personal experience, just being in business for years now, at the beginning of my entrepreneur journey, I struggled a lot for years because I wasn't clear on who. I didn't know exactly who my product and service was for. And this is before I had my agency and stuff. But I just wasn't clear on that. So if you're not clear on that, everything else is going to be confusing. Your marketing messages, your copy, your sales pitch, whatever, and a confused mind does not buy. If I'm potentially a customer and I don't know if you're speaking to me or not, I'm not going to buy. I'm not ready to do business with you. So definitely when you're talking about like running ads specifically, absolutely. You want to be, like clear on who you're going to target as far as like in the ads manager and detailed targeting and, definitely based on your avatar and you're definitely the demographics, but not just the demographic, the psychographics also. Well, what I mean by that is like, how do people feel? Like, I know when they come to our agency, a lot of people are overwhelmed. They like, all right, I know I have a great product or service. I have proof of concept organically, but I don't know how to do it online. I don't know ads. I don't know this funnel stuff. So they feel, like, all right, I got all these challenges. I don't know what to do. I'm struggling and stuff like that. So we know how they feel psychographically, and I know my demographically. I know my avatar as well.
Right. Even going back to what you said about the funnels, because I know y'all dropping questions like crazy now, right? But going back to what you said about the funnels of your customer journey, how can you outline? First of all, I always tell people when people like, well, how do I know who my target audience is? How do I find my target audience? And I'm like, who did you create the company for? You created it for somebody. You created it to solve a problem for somebody. So who's that somebody, right? Who's your Keisha, as we say, right?
Yeah.
Like, who's that person and what do they do? What do they do for fun? Where do they hang out at? What are they feeling? Why are they overwhelmed? Why did they have that problem? And how are you going to help them solve it? But with that customer journey, you have to also really understand how do you want to take them through your business? Because a lot of times we just open a website and let them freely run through our business, and you know the solutions that your customer needs they have the problem, you got the solution. So how are you going to say, hey, I know you got acne and I know you need to be able to do XYZ to cure that acne, but you basically just sent them out to the website and be like, figure it out. And then you mad because they didn't buy anything because you didn't present them with the solution. So I guess talk to them a little bit about like how to implement a funnel. Something somebody asked was, is it on my site? Like, what does that look like realistically for me?
Yeah, definitely makes sense. So the first thing, and I always say, like, map out like your sales process. So like, if someone never heard of you and they first interacted with your business, like, what's the first touch point? So
Mm-hmm.
literally, like, map that out. Like, this is before you do like your website, your
Mm-hmm.
landing page, get software, whatever. Like, before you do any of that stuff, you
Yeah.
map out what the process should be. So like, if someone never heard of me and they come in contact with me, like, what's the first thing? And depending on what you do, it may be different. I know with e-com brands we work with,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes maybe like just sampling the product. Like, why don't you just try this out? Why don't you try this hair product or just, whatever it is, or body butter or something like that? Why don't you just get a little sample and then from there, like, actually buy it, then get a bundle or something like that?
Yep.
With agency or service-based folks, a lot of it comes to down like a free discovery call or a consultation,
Right.
just to, figure out like if they're a good fit. You want to qualify people, and then from there, like, okay, let me position our services and actually get the sale and stuff like
Right.
that. So think about it like, all right, what should the process be when I first interact with someone? What's the first thing they may need? After that, what they may need? Like, how can I provide more value and actually get the result to them quickest? And
Mm-hmm.
then from there, once you're clear on that, like, all right, I know what that is. Now you definitely do got to build something online. So I know
Yeah.
there's a billion platforms out there. Don't ask me which one I prefer because I'm on either one. I'm biased. I keep it 1,000. But then you find the platform that works best for you, whether it's Shopify or ClickFunnels or whatever, and then you actually build it out based on what your process is, or how do we build it out? So the first touch point, that's your first funnel page. The next touch point, that's your next funnel page or whatever. And then once you get a lead or a customer, then, okay, what's the communication after that? Is it automation? Is it emails? Is it text? Whatever that is, then you put that like out digitally, but you're already clear on the process before you do that.
Yes, yes. Listen, y'all, he dropping gems. So y'all need to invite 10 people in here and then come and done once y'all invite those 10 people. Don't be stingy, okay? I always say you don't want to be the only rich friend, okay? You need to make sure your other friends rich so when you go to the club, you can, y'all can pop bottles together, all right? So I really want you guys to really understand what he is saying, because if you ain't rebrand me, because I see some of my rebranding students, y'all, this is exactly what your homework is on, right? We talk about the customer journey, and I put it into if you guys ever been into any of my programs, I put it into the sense of dating, right? Like, date your audience, getting to know them. We start in the thirst trap phase. Like, this is, okay, when you're trying to get your visibility, right? All right, what you got to do, you got to show a little something. You got to give a little something. Like, how can you make sure that your people actually are like coming to your page, coming to your brand, getting in your email list, opting in, whatever they need to do. And then you move on to okay, I done thirst trapped you. Now I'm like, okay, we talking now. Okay, I like you, we might Netflix and chill, but that is also your nurture phase. Do you have emails going out to them? Do you have any automations going out to them to develop that relationship so you can truly get to know your audience? And even sometimes I think as business owners, we feel like they got to choose us, but we're choosing them too. Are they the customers for us? Right? Because you can say no, all money is not good money, right? And so you can choose them as well. And you want to do that and qualify them through your emails, qualify them through the things that they're doing, and asking them certain questions so you can make sure that they even are supposed to be a part of your list or whatever. And then you move on to the dating phase. This is when they actually, okay, I'm buying something. I'm purchasing. Now we have made some type of commitment for each other. And now they say, okay, I like you. You like me, and we're going to talk for a while. We're going to hang out. But then the next phase is what I call the experience phase, or this is the engagement, right? Like, all right, how are we giving them that customer wow factor? How are we keeping them engaged? Are we making sure our packaging is on point? Are we sending client gifts? Are we making sure that they have a good customer service experience? Like, all of these things are a part of your overarching business funnel. And then at the end, we get married. You want them to be an advocate for your brand. You want them to tell everybody about your company, tell everybody about your brand, and bring you more referrals so those people can get in your funnel as well. The goal is to have an outline way that people move through your business, the products that they need to see to get to the result. Because if you don't have a way that they can be able to get there, they will never be able to get their problem solved. And they may feel like your products don't work because you allowed them to just do anything inside of your business. So I hope y'all caught that.
Hope y'all caught that. Your pen and your notepad. Make sure y'all taking notes because she definitely dropping gems. I know generally you got to pay for this information. So make sure y'all taking notes for real.
Yes, no, for sure. I think that it's important. And I think a lot of businesses leave a lot of money on the table because they don't have a funnel. Like, they don't have a way to be able to move their customers through their journey. And I think people, like you said, one thing you said that was real good. You said before you do the website, before you go get your logo, this is the stuff that you're supposed to do before you even do all the cute-ish, right? Like, before you do all of that stuff, like understanding your customer journey, understanding who you are, understanding what you want your people to do.
Absolutely, 100%.
Y'all drop in the chat if y'all got something from it. Say, okay, y'all, if that made sense to y'all. So if you got your customer journey, what's next? We got our funnel. Now what I got to do?
So once you got your funnel, you're clear on your avatar, like everything's built out, then you need the traffic. So this is another pitfall that I see with working with a lot of people is they got a great product or service. They got a great funnel, they got copy, they got a good offer, messaging, everything's on point. And then they launch something and then they're disappointed because it didn't turn out how they wanted. And the main reason is because not enough people actually saw your stuff. You didn't have enough visitors. You didn't have enough customers. I saw somebody ask about Shopify and stuff. And a lot of folks that I work with Shopify say, oh, I'm not getting enough sales in my store. And I said, okay, how many visitors did you get? Well, we got like 80 in the last couple of days. Like, that's not enough. So you definitely need paid traffic. You need, ads out there. It doesn't just have to be Facebook ads. Just don't got to be Instagram ads. But you got to have traffic, whether that's affiliate relationships, whether that's JVs, whether that's organic content, whatever that looks like. But you got to have traffic. You got to have people coming, actually seeing what you're offering. So I say that 100% paid traffic. I'm about to get shirts. So we about to have a whole merch line of paid traffic.
Paid traffic.
Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know.
No, I think that's important for people to know because a lot of people jump into business and they like, okay, should I run ads? Should I do, like, how am I going to get people to see my offer? And that's the question that people are not asking enough, I feel like. Like, how can I get more people to see my offer? And one thing that I teach in our programs is the $1 Million Plan. If y'all in the mob, I know y'all have heard about this $1 Million Plan, right? And we strategize based on the amount of money that we said we wanted to make, how much traffic we got to get. Because a lot of times your goals ain't aligned with your efforts. You want to make
please say that again. Oh, say that again.
Exactly. No, they're not aligned. Okay. If you want to make $10,000, did you have enough people to come to the site? Even if you're a service-based brand, I teach this across the board, right? Like, how many people do you need to see your Google ad, whatever, like, to check out your website? How many people need to come into your restaurant? How many people do you need to reach your goals? And a lot of people don't understand that number. And now once you have that golden number for the month, you can say, okay, hey, I gotta get, you can go to your ads manager and say, well, I gotta get to 1 million people, how much money I need to spend, like what my budget needs to be, right? Because you can't do all of that organically if that's not where you're currently at. You don't blow, you just don't go viral every other day, right? Like, so you have to make sure that you are reaching the amount of people. It's the reason why these companies are spending millions of dollars a month on traffic. And it's not even just about you spending that much money, but how are you getting in front of the people? Are you running ads? Like he said, are you doing JBs? Are you getting in front of Instagram blogs? Like, how are you going to get in front of the people? Because that's the only way you're going to sell it.
Yeah, that's a good point. And I always say too, like, think about the biggest companies in the world. Nike, McDonald's, like whoever. Do they still spend money on ads? Yes. So if the biggest companies in the world that have billions of dollars, what makes you think that you don't have to? Like, seriously. So you definitely got to, spend money on ads and stuff like that. Definitely connect with other people. Think about, like, who else has your target audience on their list or on their social media or on the podcast or blog or whatever, and go out and build relationships with them. Do affiliate things. And also, when you're doing that, don't just always ask what you can do for them. I mean, what they can do for you. Always offer, like, okay, how can I provide value? How can I do something for you? Whatever the case may be. So there's a million different traffic strategies. But Facebook and Instagram, once you're ready, is the quickest way to turn some ads on and get eyes instantly on what you're offering and scale your business, because I've done it personally.
Right. So y'all asking, what's a JV? A JV is a joint venture. When you're partnering with another company, you guys are providing equal value. So let's say you are a hair company and you partner with a makeup artist and you guys do a JV for a joint service where you guys work together, right? Whatever it is, your goal is to get in front of their audience, and their goal is to get in front of your audience. So maybe they have an audience that you need, but how can you provide value to them, and how can they provide value to you? So that's what joint ventures are.
Definitely. So definitely look into that. Don't gotta just be paid ads, all that type of stuff, for referrals or like whatever that looks like. But the thing is, you gotta have traffic regardless.
Yep. You got to. I mean, there's really no other way around it. Like, you have to have traffic. And I tell people, think about, like, in $1 million plan, we use our conversion rate. Everybody typically, you got a conversion rate. It's the number of people that come to your site and the number of people that purchase, right? If you don't have a business, I tell people to use 1% to 3%. Use 1%, 2%, whatever, right? And use that conversion rate and see, based on how many people you need to purchase, how many people actually need to actually come to the site to see that offer. And then we even take it a step further, and we're gonna take it one step back and say, okay, how many people need to see my marketing, right? Like, how many people need to see my social media posts? How many people I need to send my emails to? How many people? And now after that, I got this bucket of people left. Now I gotta run paid traffic. Now I gotta find new traffic, right? Because my old traffic and my current traffic can only do so much. And so how am I going to get in front of new people? And even when we talked about that funnel earlier, I want people to start thinking about, that's how you can start predicting your income, because you can see those people are now segmented in certain buckets, and you can see, okay, well, I got 1,500 people in the talking phase, but I got 3,000 people in the engaged phase, and I know I can move them along if I'm offering them the next product that's coming up. But you don't know, because you have no organization inside of your business and no sales process. I'm pretty sure that McDonald's knows that. That's why they message you on apps. They asking you to come download their apps to come get a free French fry, because they know when you get there, you're going to get a McDouble and a drink too.
Right.
It's a process.
Making me hungry, but go ahead.
It's a process. It's a process. So I just want you guys to think outside of the box. And one thing that I talked about when I did my TEDx was that it's no longer about you being the best CEO or the best person that does whatever you do, right? Like Ryan, it's no longer about him being the best ads person, right? It's about him being the best marketer. He got to get out here to as many people as possible, right? And the same thing for you. Nobody cares how good your skincare is. Sorry, okay? It's about who have you convinced that skincare is the fire, right? So you got to be the best marketer.
Definitely got to be the best marketer. Whoever can spend the most money to acquire a customer wins. So definitely, and also I like what you said, being able to clearly talk about your USP. For those that don't know what that means, your unique selling proposition, because it's very, very, very competitive in the marketplace.
Yep.
Let us know in the comments, say what type of businesses everybody got, stuff like that. I'm curious on that. But no matter what type of business you have, it is very, very competitive. So how does what you offer stand out in the marketplace? Why should I shop with you as opposed to someone else? And definitely being able to clearly relay that and let people know about that. And that should be in your marketing as well, I think.
Exactly. And somebody like said candles. Okay, girl. So why I gotta get your candles and not go to what's the place called? Bath and Body Works, right? They down the street. Why I gotta wait on your candles, right? You have to tell them why they should shop with you and what problem you are solving over everything else that's more convenient.
Definitely. Shout out to the Mastermind fam in the building.
What up?
Tiffany, Katrina, of course, Alyssa. So
Kiara the slid in. She finna come in talking about organic traffic.
Paid traffic. I'm literally getting a shirt made. Paid traffic. Like, that's it. Hoodies, everything. Paid traffic. That's it. Like, that's all. I'm never turning the ad off ever again. Yo, it's been probably at least 3 years since I've never ever had an ad off. Like, ever.
Wow.
Like, I'm never turning an ad off ever unless God forbid something happened or whatever.
Right.
But I'm never turning ads off ever. Like, never.
No, I think it's important.
A billion people on my list. I'm never turning ads off ever.
Exactly. You know, I think it's important because I told you this. I was like, I couldn't even turn my ads off if I wanted to, because people walk up to me, even if they say, hey, I haven't purchased anything yet. It has literally become a visibility point where people say, oh, I remember that ad. I remember, girl, you had them donuts and then you had that planner and then da-da-da-da. Like, they remember the ads, and it's like, I need to be embedded in your mind. So when you think about marketing, you automatically think about me, and you guys want to do the same thing. When they think about candles, when they think about whatever you guys are selling, they have to think about you because they know that you are the one that's solving a problem. But one problem that you guys are doing that you haven't told them the problem that you're solving, and people can't think about you if they don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I agree 100%. I'm glad you said that, because that's the other part a lot of people don't talk about. Is like, it's not just, if you're running ads, it's not just about the numbers and your metrics. Like, how many clicks did I get? What was my cost per click? Like, all that stuff is important, but it's not just that. It's like the awareness and staying in front of people, staying top of mind, especially for all businesses, but especially I think service-based as well, because you may get a call with someone and they might not be ready then and there or whatever. But then if you just keep showing up in their feed whenever they're ready, like, you're going to be the one that they come to because they keep seeing your ads. So I think that's extremely important.
Right. And that's why I tell people, one, you got to have your pixel, because one thing about it, once you get on my pixel, the only thing you get out of my funnel is you got to dial unsubscribe. And when you unsubscribe, I'm going to tell you one more time, you sure you don't want to come back, okay? I might not even let you go on Black Friday.
Even if you unsubscribe, I still got your info, so I'm going to create a custom audience around you.
Right. Exactly. So it ain't too much that you can do to get out this funnel, baby. We go together. So let me go to some of the questions in the thing. So somebody asked, what is the best day to run ads?
All day, every day, honestly. Yeah.
Period. I said yeah. All right. So if I give a freebie to try out the product, should I take them through the funnel after they add the freebie to their site?
I would do a direct upsell after that. I always like to try to qualify some buyers. Don't got to be like an expensive offer, but I always, like, most of the time we do like a free thing. I always like to just have a little offer to get people to buy something, because I want to separate the free people from the buyers immediately. Even if it's $7, even if it's $17. Folks that won't even spend $7 with you are never going to spend more or whatever else you offer. Right. So I immediately would like to put an upsell on that right from the free thing.
And I think we used to have a class that would help you set this up. But I think that it's so important for you to have, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you're product-based, service-based, you need some type of opt content offer. I don't care if it's a quiz, a free ebook. Like, you literally can do anything to get people on your list, upsell them, and this money that you're making in your sleep, because you're not even thinking that you sold them this little bundle or whatever, this little skincare bundle, or this little this service, right? Or this consultation, whatever it is, you're not even thinking about it. And you're like, dang, another $100, another $50, another $17. And I remember I used to have a freebie bundle where we would upsell them into our ebook templates. And I used to be like, dang, where are these $17 orders coming from? And I forgot. I was like, dang, okay, well, that made a couple $1,000 this month. That was cool, you know. But it just allows them to get into your funnel, like you said, qualify them. And then now you can upsell them into more items.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So somebody said, what's a good frequency to have an ad?
Like in the ads manager, it depends. I would say, like, I think if you get to like 4 or 5 or more, like, that's high. But yeah, that's something I look for. If it's like super, and what that is basically like how frequent, like, people seeing your ads. So if your frequency is too high, that is not a good thing, because that could potentially upset you. Facebook doesn't want you upsetting their users. Mm-hmm. So that's the main thing. So it's like, if I'm seeing your ad like too much and like consisting on my timeline, like the same one too much, people may not respond well to that. So that's not necessarily a good thing in Facebook's eyes. So you don't want your frequency high, but it, you know, I guess the number could vary. I said like 5 or more or so, maybe.
And if they seen it 5 times and they're not looking at it, we need to reevaluate this ad.
True.
What's going on? Why it's not working, or why we're not showing them another offer or something, a different way to be able to get into the product. So no, that's a good answer. Somebody said, how does this help a hairstylist?
Oh, good question. Think about, like, if you're a hairstylist, and that's another very, very competitive market. What's the first touch point? You know, like, generally you want to either show like what you can do, other testimonials, like people that you've done their hair. So that's the first thing, is like, anybody new, I would want to be able to show my work and showcase my work. Like, this is who, you know, we've already worked with before. Like, look at this, look at the results, look at other women we've done stuff for. And then it's like, why don't you come in? Why don't you come into the shop and get a try or something like that? And I know probably once you get someone to like actually come in or whatever, like, you got them from there. But that's what I would try to do. I was like, okay, how can we just get more people to just come in as much as possible, whether that's like a special discount, special promotion, referral program, like whatever that looks like, even if you have some type of little event at your space or whatever. I think something like that is good.
Yes, I love it. Somebody said, what are good freebies for product-based businesses? I have an athleisure wear company, and I'm not sure how a freebie would look for us.
What type of company is it?
So she said athleisure, so like sportswear, like Nike kind of.
Okay. Well, a lot of product-based businesses we work with, the lead gen quizzes are one that we do a lot. A giveaway is like another. We're doing a giveaway right now for someone. It's going well. Just turn the ads on. So those are the two main ones. Also, like some type of either special promotion or like coupon code or something like that, just to get people to get their information. But I would say something like that, especially, you know, like sportswear. If you have like a lot of different products, a quiz is good because you can segment people based on what they may like or not. You know what I'm saying? So I would say something like that.
Yeah, and I think also what would be good, just because I know this company, would be, I always tell people, like, if you don't know anything, start with a free ebook and solve a problem. Like, what's the problem? Like, her wear is cute. Like, it's cute. It's, you know, flowy, whatever, right? So do an ebook 5 ways you could dress up this sportswear outfit, right? And let's show your products. You can show other products, like you can show different type of shoes or whatever that they can wear with it, but show your products being the 5 ways that they can actually dress this up. Let them download the ebook, upsell them into an outfit right afterwards, or at least some type of pants, shirts, some type of bundles, and then get them on your welcome series to introduce them to the brand. So I always say, if you can't, you could do a quiz. Anybody can do a quiz. You can do a quiz, or you can start with a free ebook.
Definitely.
Somebody said, what's a good approach for live events?
Great question. And I've done tons of live events actually in the past. And I think it depends on your model. If it's a free event or if it's a paid event and something like that. Free events, of course, are easier because, you know, that's lead gen in itself, getting people to register. Even if they don't show up, you still got the information. And then from there, you can sell something there or like whatever that looks like. You know, that you may not want to do a free event because I don't want all these people coming for free and I'm trying to sell stuff or whatever. I want to qualify people. Now, for paid events, honestly, from my experience, that's one of the hardest funnels and hardest things to do is get people to pay for an event and come. You know, well, let alone people we pay. Most people show up because they pay, but just that model and that funnel alone, what I've seen is like very difficult. So I would say building your lists and community. List building and community is going to really, really help you sell out your events. If you don't have a list and you don't have a community, it is definitely an uphill battle for you to try to sell out your events and sell tickets and all that type of stuff. Not impossible, but it's going to be very, very difficult. So I would start with list building and community building, and then of course working with other people and, you know, JVs and affiliates and stuff like that. But I would definitely start with building my list up. Once you build your list up and you're doing an event, it's much easier to get people to buy tickets and come because you've already built a list and built relationships with them.
Exactly. And I think it's important because I think that what you said is important for everybody, because a lot of people forget that there are multiple goals in your business. Your goal in your business is not always just to make money. You need to be always building a list. You should always be getting in front of new people. You should always be making money, but you can still have ads dedicated to just building a list and setting a budget aside to build your Facebook groups, build your list up. So when it's time to do paid events, it's time to make some money, then you have people available. Y'all don't be talking to nobody.
Right.
You're trying to have a paid event and it's empty. You got 3 people on the list. Ain't nobody coming.
Right. Shout out to the coin father in the chat.
What's up,
Hundreds
Monrae?
of them, there are 1,000 tickets without running one damn ad.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And then, because a lot of people contact me and stuff like that, and like, oh, I want to do ads for my live event. And I'm like, all right, what's your list looking like? Yeah. What's your community looking like? What's your Facebook group looking like? And most people that don't have that, I tell them from the gate, don't do it. Like, don't run ads. We can do it for if you want, but I suggest, in my professional opinion, you should not be running ads to this because it's very, very difficult and you don't want to waste money.
Right. I think too, and I want everybody to leave here with something that they could go and work on, because we about action over here. We just don't talk. We not live for fun. Y'all need to take some action. And one thing that's really stumping a lot of people is, okay, I got to do my freebie, but what do I talk about? Or what do I do my quiz about? And I think you have to think about what problem is your business solving? And so you can say 5 ways to do this, right? Or compare and contrast something that is solving that problem. But you guys, I always teach them, y'all, I know y'all not in the mob the way y'all asking these questions, because I always say, ain't no what about me, what about me, what about me? You are the CEO of your own business. So you got to start asking the questions to help you answer the question on your own. We're not gonna tell you the answer because we're not here working with you. You gotta answer the questions on your own so that you can do this by yourself. So the questions that you should be asking should be helping you get to the answer, not asking for the answer. Okay, guys? I'm sorry, y'all. I know this Ryan community, I done cussed them out a little bit. I'm just saying. We got to that's what we do as CEOs. We gotta ask and qualify each other to ask the right questions so that we can really get to the answer. So what I want you guys to think about is, what problem am I solving as a business, and how can I highlight that through a digital product like an ebook or a quiz? All right, let's go to another question. All right, y'all. She said, what's the secret to creating a great ad creative?
Oh, you could probably answer that better than me on the, creative content side. I'm not the most creative, like of course I love content and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it definitely depends. It depends on the type of business you have, depends on your avatar and that type of stuff. What works really well for me, honestly, is testimonial videos. That's my secret sauce on how we've been successful through ads and stuff like that, is really, really good testimonial videos, because people don't necessarily want to hear what you got to say about your business. Yep. They want to hear about what other people have to say that work with you. And that goes for product and service. Yep. So that's what I would say. That's what we do, like a lot of like testimonial video ads, and actually letting people and we don't, nothing is like prepped or coached or everything like that. Right. I just tell people, just really give your honest opinion on what your experience is like working with us. So I would say that, but of course you can talk about like reels and content and scripts and lighting and, like all the other nuances of it. But that's what I would
say. I think ad creators, especially in this season, ad creators are super important, right? Like, it's no longer about the technical aspect in the back end and can I tweak it and do this? Like, did your creative hit, right? So I think that you guys, it's bigger than just ads. Like, are you creating good content, period? Because I guarantee a lot of you guys are not.
Good organic content.
No, like, you ain't creating good content, period. So it definitely ain't, it don't convert on Instagram. Now you want to throw it in the ad in front of all these random people that don't know you, and you think it's about to convert, right? So think about what we teach when you create content is making sure you create content that converts. You start out with thinking about, what is the message that I want to get across? Like, what am I trying to, when people see this piece of content, this video, this reel, this picture, what do you want them to remember and what you want them to do, right? Then think about, okay, what's the purpose? Was this to educate? Was this to inform them of something? Is it to make awareness about something? Are they supposed to laugh? Are they supposed to get angry? Am I snatching edges? Like, why, what's the purpose, right? Like, why am I doing this? Because that dictates the way that you even position your content. If you're trying to make somebody, if you're trying to snatch edges versus educate, that's a whole different vibe. I might have a whole different outfit on. I may have a whole different hairstyle, a whole different energy, right? And that dictates the way that you actually position your content. Then you got to think about your call to action. What do you want them to do from there? Like, are they going to your DM? Are they going to a sales page? Are they opting in, right? Like, what do you want your people to do so that you can think about that as you're creating that video? Like, hey, comment below if you are interested in this, or click the link below to make sure you get da-da-da-da, right? Like, what do you want them to do? And embodying all of that in all of your content. And that's what we teach with our $1 Million Planner. That's why everybody in here needs the planner, right? But making sure that you have the right content, because your ads are up against everybody else. Everybody in this chat right now is going to go start running ads some way, somehow, right? And so you're about to compete with everybody else on the internet that's running ads. How are you making sure your product is unique and you're giving that messaging across, but also your content is giving the messaging that you actually wanted to give?
I hope y'all is picking up and like, listen, and Monrae has helped me with a lot of content stuff, real stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff. So she definitely knows what she's talking about within the content, content side, because that's even one of my struggles. I can say honestly, like, I'm not the best at content and like creating good stuff and reels and like all this stuff. I'll turn ads on in a minute. But as far as content wise, like, I know, there's opportunity for me to get better. So definitely, just leaning on your expertise is definitely helpful.
No, for sure. And I just want people to know how important it is, because I think too, a lot of people think that they can just turn ads on, and it's just gonna miraculously just start raining dollars, right? But your organic traffic helps your ads. Like, if you get more people on your social media account, create good content, go viral, you can retarget more people, right? And now those people are now warm to you, and so they're more likely to convert and buy. You guys, running ads, and you can talk to them a little bit about this, Ryan, but running ads is a process. It's not just a one-hit or quitter ad that's going to take somebody that ain't never seen you before and immediately make them purchase. So can you talk to them a little bit about the ad process?
Yeah, that's another mistake that I see. I love y'all, but keep it real.
Yeah.
That's I see time again. It's like, all right, I hired you, or I did it myself, or whatever. I ran an ad for 2 weeks. I spent $100 or $1,000 or whatever. it didn't perform how I thought. Oh, ads don't work. Ads are a scam, whatever. Like, it's definitely a process. And I always give the analogy, like, it's kind of like going to the gym. Like, when you first go to the gym, you're trying to work out, you're trying to get big or whatever. You're rarely going to get in shape in like a week. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's going to take time to like build that up, just like with ads. It takes time to get the data, to let the algorithm work for itself, for you to get traffic and everything like that, to build up your audiences, your custom audiences, your video views, like all that type of stuff. And then at some point, you know, down the line, you start having success, but it's not get rich quick. It's not, I'm going to turn some ads on, I'm going to start making money. It's definitely a process. And also, like, what's your strategy? You know, strategy behind it. What are you using ads for? Is it for lead gen? Is it to sell something? Like to retarget people? Like whatever that looks like. But I definitely think, you know, having more of a long-term approach is extremely important, because if it's only short-term, you'll never get to the long-term, because you're always thinking too quick, or, you know, put this on, it's going to be good and stuff like that. No, think about it from a long-term perspective and how I can utilize ads on a long-term basis to really help grow my business.
No, for sure. And one thing you said that was really good was that people, like you said, you can't just start and think you're gonna get the results tomorrow, right? Like you have to. It's all about optimizing, having a strategy. A lot of people just call their ads manager and like, here goes some videos and here goes some graphics, and they don't even articulate the goals and the things that they need in their businesses. And what I want us CEOs to start doing is take control of our marketing and stop letting marketing agencies and people to take control of our marketing. Your agencies and people that work for you are only as good as you articulate what you need. So if you was to work with Ryan and you would say, hey Ryan, based on our traffic goals, we really need to reach about 50,000 people this month. Can you help me strategize what that looks like? I promise you, he gonna respect you a whole lot more. Definitely. And have a whole lot of more answers for you versus like, okay, I got $5. What can you do with it?
Nothing.
He said nothing. No, I know they about to ask this question. What is a good ad budget? This is the like number one question.
Number one question. It depends. But I say about 3,000 a month or so. That's what I would say. The lowest I would say probably like 1,500 or so, probably lowest. On the like super low side. I know people that do even less, but I would say you should try to strive for about 3,000 a month if possible, and that's only about $100 a day, you know, on ads. So that's what I would say. But it depends on your goals and what you're trying to do. Something is still better than nothing. Even if like I only got 500, I only got 1,000, that's still better than nothing. Yeah. So still put it out there and, you know, see what you can get some clicks and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I would say.
And I guess people also have to shift their mindset that a marketing budget is not you just throwing money in the air. It's an investment. Like, okay, if you got a 3 ROAS, then you spend $3,000, you're going to make it back plus some, right? So don't think about it as, oh my God, like $3,000. Like, okay, if you're trying to get to 15, then how can we get there, right? You're going to have to spend some money. And so I think that, but I also think, because I knew somebody was about to ask that question, I also think that you have to understand that it takes time to get there. Right? Like you can't say immediately, oh, I gave you my $3,000, but your website not converting, them pictures is trash. Like you gotta do the work too. Like this is not no computer magic that happens when it comes to ads. It's only the ads only can do as good as the company is performing.
Definitely. And that's why I say it really go back to the strategy too, because I see someone says, what would the ROI be for that on average? It depends. There's no if I just told you a number, I'd just be giving a number just to give a number. Right. It would be accurate, to be honest. It really depends. There are so many factors into it on like what you're doing, what you're selling, your business, your price point. Like it really depends. You know, like for us, for instance, if I spend $3,000 on ads in a month, we get one funnel client. We made our money back and some. So like, just for me as an example, you know what I'm saying? But for someone else, if you sell something for $50, you know what I mean? Like, all right, you make a lot more, you need more volume. Doesn't mean it can't happen. You know, I know brands that sell lower price stuff that spend $1,000 a day. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it really just depends.
I think that, like I said, you have to shift your mindset to understand that it's not just marketing itself is not a one-hitter quitter. Okay, it's not like you gonna do one thing. I'm gonna post every day, and that's gonna send me to $1 million. I want to send emails every day, and that's gonna send me to $1 million. I'm gonna do ads every day, and that's taking me to 7 figures. No, it's a marketing is a combination of all the things that you're hearing that has to happen that's going to allow you to scale your company. It's not a one-hitter quitter type of thing. So make sure that you're thinking about your company, like where do we stand marketing-wise in general? Are we emailing, right? Because, okay, the ads can only work and the people come back if you actually got some back end work happening.
Right.
Like,
that part.
it's not a one thing that's going to happen. So I think going back to the funnel, like really figuring out that full funnel, that full customer journey, what your sales process is, allows you to understand where you are missing, where are the holes in your business. And a lot of times you guys have a lot of holes that you're not willing to fix because you're only focused on fixing one hole, right? I only am trying to fix ads. So, okay, yeah, no emails, no text messages, no creative, no organic traffic. I'm not posting. I'm only going to fix ads, right? I sent my $3,000 to Ryan. They done did my ads, and then now what?
Right.
And he's like, I don't want to run the rest of the marketing department, ma'am. Miss Moses, right. You need to have some other stuff going on, right? So I think that that's important too. And I really want you guys to walk away from this conversation with a lot of clarity on what that looks like into your business. And I always tell people, anytime I go live or anytime I have conversations with people, what was your to-do list? Like, what did you hear from this to say? Drop it in the chat right now. Like, what is the thing that you want to get done today? What can you go get? What can you go work on tonight or tomorrow, right? Like, what can you get done? One thing, because you can get overwhelmed by all of this information, but what can you get done today? Drop it in the chat. I definitely want to see it. Anything else you want to share with them?
I like how you talked about the emails. Shout out to the email marketing, John.
What up?
Yeah, because that is important. Like each piece goes with the other. So you can have a great ad, you can have great content, you can have amazing Facebook ad stuff or whatever. The ad takes people to your page. So from there, what does your page look like? What's the copy look like? What's the offer and that type of stuff? And then if you got leads or you got some sales, or especially for e-com brands, yeah, especially when you run a lot of traffic, you probably get tons of add to carts and abandoned carts. So what does your back end look like? What does your email follow-up look like? What does your ongoing consistent communication look like? Text, email, chat bot, whatever the case may be. So each part goes with the other. But I still think you need like all of them. If you got a great funnel and no ads, you don't have enough people. Right. If you got a great funnel, you don't have your back end. If you got the funnel, the back end, no traffic. If you got traffic, not a good funnel, like they each, feed into each other. So I think that's extremely important.
Right. And I think all of that is solved by doing a marketing campaign. Once you strategize your marketing campaign and have that organized course of actions to achieve your goal, that's the definition of a campaign, right? It comes with traffic. It comes with the follow-up. It comes with all of the things that you need, but you're not organized. You don't have multiple actions that you're doing, and then you haven't established a goal. So you're not, and you guys have to start with understanding marketing campaigns so that you can be able to utilize all of these things that marketers are telling you guys to do to successfully win in your business.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you guys started dropping. I see y'all dropping y'all to-do list in the chat. Okay. What I want to also prompt you guys to do is what I do. Okay, whatever you said in your to-do list that is your number one thing. That's your objective. Now go back on your piece of paper and think about the tactics to get that done. Okay, I want to build an email list. What are all the things I need to start? I need an opt-in. I need this. I need that. I need that. That's how you start to get stuff done, because building an email list is a big task, but we need to start breaking out those things and start to make them bite-sized objectives so we can really get it done, y'all. So I really prompt you guys to take the opportunity to map out what are those little bitty things to make your goal happen. So by the end of the month or the end of the week, if you really hustling, that you can really get to the next level in your business.
Mm-hmm. I love it. So it was a great conversation. I really appreciate you just having it with me. I know you're extremely busy. She be real busy, y'all. So I appreciate your time, for real.
No, I appreciate you for having me and having a mob and us being able to talk about paid traffic and funnels. So how can they stay in contact with you? What's the next step? They ready to run some traffic. So what they need to do?
You can hit the link in my bio, or you can go to www.yourfunnelDoctor.com. If you follow me on Instagram, we're going to retarget you too. So just be prepared to see a whole bunch of ads. But if anybody got any other questions, you can DM me. I'm all over social, whatever the case may be. But I'm easy to find.
Yes. Well, it was great talking to you guys. And if you guys are ready to, plan out this marketing campaign so you can hire Ryan to do your funnel and your ads, you definitely need to click the link in the bio and grab your $1 million planner. I don't know what, I don't even know what type of
You
conversation.
got that. Even I got one. So
Right. Even Ryan got one, right?
Right,
He stole one just to have it.
I did. I wanted one bad. I ain't going to lie. I had to get that, though.
So you definitely need your $1 million planner. Click the link in the bio, grab your planner because it's going to help you and guide you on the journey to being able to successfully market in your business. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you guys later. Bye.